Hey everyone, my name is Kevin Walgamuth, and I am a sixth grade English language arts teacher at Selbyville Middle School. And today I'm going to talk about my app building module for MED 7815 Innovations in Teaching for Wilmington University. Excuse me. So let's jump into it. The platform I used was recommended by our course, and it was called AppyPie App Maker. Not crazy about this platform. And I'm not saying that there's other I looked into some other ones, and pretty much everything is behind a paywall. So it looks like to get a really good app built and do it easily, you need to pay, which was kind of explained in our assignment explanation and criteria too. So I knew that there were going to be limitations to this. Um, I just kind of went in with an idealistic mindset that I would build something, have it ready to use ASAP, but that's not the case. Um, I kind of have an idea for what I will build in the future. I have kind of a template for it. And if I really want to drop some money, about $60, I would be able to create something that my students can use and their families can use. Um, so before I start, let me just talk about the purpose of the app that I want to develop. I want to develop an app that connects the teachers of my sixth grade level team, so science teacher, special ed teacher, English language arts teacher, social studies teacher, a math teacher, and and an immersion teacher. I would like to create an app that connects all of us with all of our students, and we can all post updates via the app, and their parents can see it on their mobile device and get alerts for it. The kids can have it on their phones and get alerts for um, any upcoming events or reminders. Um, and it also provides them with a lot of useful links that they can get to easily. And additionally, I would like them to be able to contact us via the app, because sometimes our parents struggle with email. People have inactive emails, and just a whole bunch of other limitations that come with contacting parents. So I was hoping that with an app, kind of a 21st century way of getting in touch with parents. I know that everybody loves apps, and we all have phones on us at all times. So I just think that an app would be a great way to connect our team with our families, so we can keep everybody in the loop and form a team with our families, so we can get our students where they need to be. So when I first logged into AppyPie App Maker, I logged in with my Google account, and I went to create new, and I went to create new mobile app, and I already have this one built. So I'm just going to go to edit. Okay. So when you do open up your app for the first time, it gives you some general layout options. So this is kind of the main screen of the app, which I think this is really cool how they give you all these different formats. You can kind of see, as somebody who uses apps a lot, you can see kind of behind the scenes how they build apps, and they use software like this. Um, so when you are looking at these apps, you can see a lot of different faces here that you can choose. A lot of different customizing that you can do. You can choose a lot of different colors, both light and dark. You can choose various different font styles and backgrounds, and you can also upload yours too. So you do have a lot of options with the customizing. The issue with this platform using the free trial of it is that this is all you can do. You can design your layout, you can kind of figure out the fonts and everything, And then every time I would click edit, because I thought it would let me move a little bit further, you can't go any further because to get to this my features spot where you can kind of do more designing, you need to open up a trial, and that gives you a basic package. And to do that, to get a 7-day trial, you will connect this with your PayPal account, and you just need to make sure you cancel it before that 7-day trial is over, and it will not charge you. But I did check in with customer service because they do have really helpful customer service that was really, really helpful throughout the process. And if you hit this messenger, um, you can get right to somebody, and they got back to me every time I messaged them really fast. But and they did confirm that if I build this within my 7-day trial, that it will be something that I can still use. After that trial expires, I just won't be able to go in and edit it. That's a pretty big drawback, that I won't be able to edit it as things change, because I'm going to get into the different features that I hope to include in my app that would require a lot of editing. But at least I would have something created and usable, which was kind of my what I set out to do when I started this module, before I realized some of the limitations of this platform using the free version. And there are also a lot of limitations for the basic package too, which is what you get in your free trial. So let me just show you that too. So when I started this, I envisioned my students um, being able to message us through the app, or their families be able to message us through the app. And if you go to add features, and if you go to messages, Messenger is a premium feature. So if I go to add that, you can see the different packages here. Okay, so for $36 a month, um, but here's another big limitation. Platform supported Android. Platform supported for the $60 Platinum includes iPhone. I have an iPhone. I know for a fact that many of our parents that we work with have iPhones, and that is something that would definitely need to be featured for any app that I would develop and actually use for my team. So I'm kind of weighing the idea of doing, at some point in the future, doing a $60 month, getting the app where I want it, um, and then use it and see if I wanted to end my membership, if I would still have access to that app. That's something that I would need to continue to get customer service to help me with. But it's interesting. Okay, so let me go into what I did do with my app if I want to either turn this into a website that my students can use, or if I want to launch it as is and try it out with people who do have Androids, could try it out. So about us, well, let me take you to the My Main page. So one thing that's really cool about this platform is I really love how they have this phone over here that you can actually interact with, and you can play with it. Let me go change my face back to what it was earlier. Okay, so now that I have the face back to the way I wanted it, and again, you can do that by going to design customization and going to these customized app layout screens, but this is the one that I really like for what I would like my app to look like. Okay, so when you look at the face of the app, you can mess around with this phone on the right side. So I created an About Us page, and that's just for the teachers. So I introduced myself. My hope would be, if I actually ever went through with developing this app and used it, would be that I would have my colleagues on the team each introduce themselves as well, and we could have a bunch of different bios on this page of the app, so you can see what that kind of would look like for myself, and then down, if you would keep scrolling, would be my colleagues. I have a tab, a widget for important links, and here I have attached our school calendar, a YouTube video that we made to introduce the two sixth grade hallways for our school that is on YouTube. So I attached that. I attached a copy of my syllabus that goes to a published Google Doc page. I attached a link to Home Access Center where students and their parents can look up their grades. I attached a link to ClassLink, which is what we use to um, use a centralized login so students can use all of the different platforms that the Indian River School District has subscribed to. And then I also attached a link to the PTO webpage for our families. This is something that would be a growing list. I can see this being a pretty long list as you go through, and that's something that I would definitely want to be able to edit. So when I think about doing like a 1 month trial and not wanting to, unless I were to conceivably, I could make a lot of apps for content in my classroom and not just a parent and student contact. I could do content. I could do that, and then I could continue to use the service. But $60 a month is a lot. Okay. I have call us, so I have our school website or our school phone number on here if parents would like to do that, and then I have other methods of content too or contact where that includes our email. And I've looked through a lot of different ways to do this, and this is another thing I'm not really crazy about this website is for this template I can't get rid of this Skype here, and I can't get rid of this. I'm just not crazy about some of the aspects of this website, but a lot of it could be very limited because of this basic package. Um, so that's just kind of my side of things because there's things that I wish this app had, but or this platform offered for the basic features, but nonetheless, I feel like I am in a good space for where I would like this app to be if I would develop it. So to revisit, I want to be able to introduce myself and my colleagues to my students and their families via the app. I want to be able to supply my students with links to helpful resources. And I wish that I could I have ELA resources that I could post here, but I wish that I could provide the research based platform that we use called Achieve 3000. I wish I could put that link on the website, but that wouldn't work without going through ClassLink. So I just put the ClassLink login there. Um, I want my students and their families to be able to find easy ways to contact us. And if I were to actually launch this, there's no way I would ever launch this app without having access to that messenger feature. Because I definitely want that to be able to happen. I want them to be able to message their teachers without having to go through email. And additionally, I would never launch this app without having it available on iOS platforms too, on their software apps, because if they can't be on iPhones, then, or if they can't be on both, then I wouldn't consider launching an app. But I am going to look into, if you go back here, I have not hit this yet because I don't want to mess anything up. But I do want to see at some point what this looks like if I did convert this to a website. And I know that there's a lot of different avenues to create a website too. So that would be something I would consider. But it's not the same as having a website than having the actual app on their phone where they could actually go and find it on their phone if they needed to, because that um, is a pretty priceless thing to just be able to actually enter an app rather than go to a URL. So I hope this video explained the way that I would love to use an app for my team. I think it would be a great resource for us, and I am not going to give up on finding a way to get this published the way I want it. Thank you, everybody. Have a great time. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.